Today we have the 277, which is one of the most competitive tanks at tier 10, to be honest with you. It's fast, it's low profile, it has very good turret armor, a good, well, we say a good gun, at least with penetration and alpha damage wise. Accuracy leaves a little bit to be desired, but overall good gun. And with all of that, you do have a very nice kind of package in the form of a heavy medium tank kind of style vehicle. And also, last week, I was so excited to play the TVT-7 Heavy, I genuinely forgot to do like the stats to see how it performs over the past 30 days. So let's make sure we actually include that this time. So over the last 30 days on the EU server, the 277 has been played 533,000 times, with a win rate difference of minus 2.2%. And this is compared to all the other heavy tanks that are in the game. If we do go ahead and look at the win rate difference, you'll see that the 277 is way down here, just below what the Kampfpanzer 07PE is, and just above what the 452K is, and also just above the TVT-7 Heavy. Which means that, on average, people are really not doing that well in the vehicle. And also, DPG-wise, it is very far down the list, actually below the Rhinoceronte, which is just impressive. However, obviously, you do have to take into consideration that it is one of the most popular tier 10 heavy tanks in the game, as you can see here. So take for that what you will as well. Remember, if there is more games, it is more true to life because the average player would be playing it more than just either very bad players or very good players if it was a smaller sample size. So for how people have been playing it, they haven't been playing it very well. So let's go ahead and change that today. We're going to be playing 3 different games with 3 different loadouts. Now, if you're interested in the loadouts, there's a video that I made that just explains them briefly so that you're all up to date with how each one works. The equipment choice on this vehicle is very simple. We use hardening, rammer, and V-stab. That's all you really need on this tank. It is fast enough without a turbo, and you definitely want to have the track health that the hardening gives you in this vehicle. Briefly running over the crew setup, the commander, the gunner, the driver, and then the loader. So for the first game, we're on Lakeville. We're going to go to the city area, or the village area, whatever you want to call it. The reason being is that we do not have gun depression, so we can't really go around to the right-hand side in the valley. That's just going to be very bad time. Very bad time if we end up going there. So we're going to head into the city. We're going to try and see what we can do. We're not going to be over-pushing, because if we over-push, we're just going to die. I think a lot of people kind of struggle with this vehicle because it's probably too fast for them, I guess. A lot of the time, maybe people will just go in, rush in, and then that's it. Much the same with like an IS-7 and stuff like that, where you just feel like, yes, I'm fast, I need to get into position early, be aggressive, and then usually it doesn't work out. A lot of the time, these vehicles that are super fast, you get into position, but you just need to wait. You don't need to do anything, you know? There's no point of trying to force the engagement that isn't really needing to be forced. At the moment, everybody is in the valley, and they're actually seemingly pushing through. So what we can tell from that, there's 2 Gorillas that have yet to be spotted. There is a Concept 1B and an IS-7 that have yet to be spotted, a Standard B and a Skoda. We should be able to push through this as long as we stay up the top. So while they're trying to push through that, and we should be able to hold it at the back there, we have them like that. We just try and side scrape here as and when we can. I'm not too sure what the play was from these 2, but that was a bad shot. I thought he was going to try and go side on to the 113. He is now, though. We can try and put one more in. Waited for the side shot because we didn't have the gun depression. We still have the FV with us, which is good. FV, if he can use his DPM, it's going to be very good indeed. IS-7 has just fired. Again, struggling with gun depression. This is one of the main things that people do struggle with, and it's a fair point with this vehicle. I'm going to try and ram this guy and then put one into the concept. Okay. I don't know what happened with that. I'm not sure if this guy's going to go back or not. I don't think he is. Gorilla just fired. This game's over, though. I mean, our team just didn't hold anything. I mean, you may say that, yeah, it's because I didn't, you know, go Valley or whatever, but I don't think that's going to make any difference to that game. Like, our team just flopped massively. Finish him off. Back to AP rounds. Just try and get a little bit more damage. The game's already over. There's nothing much I can really do. See if I can spot the gorilla. One into him. Just padding the damage done. Not sure if that one went in. I think the concept's going to come from behind in a second, so we're going to turn around for him. Lovely. He missed. The classic concept gun moment. We'll put one more in though. There we go. There's still the E100 and friends. Yeah, I mean, listen, if I win this, I'm the best player in the history of World of Tanks, but we're not winning it. Ah, dear. I thought he was going to continue going. I should have realised that he was stopping though. We did not get one shot into him, but we can now. I mean, we're dead here, but we've done 4.3, so not bad. Not a bad start damage-wise. Unfortunately, our team just sucked. I mean, when the next best player does 1,600, it's not your fault for losing. Right, well, now that we're using the Peasant loadout, as you can see, we are now using nothing but the standard rounds and a fire extinguisher to truly show off all the characteristics of this vehicle, no matter how you play the vehicle, apart from the crew. But, I mean, I don't know, just cry about it, I guess, if you really think that a 6-skill crew is going to make a massive, massive difference. But, yes, we're now on Overlord. So, I mean, the first game really did show you a lot about this vehicle. It doesn't have gun depression, even in, like, very, very, like, situations where you would think, yeah, I could be able to do, you know, something here. It can be very awkward in that regard. The gun can be derpy, but it's fast enough to get into position. It's fast enough to, or it's good enough to hold positions as well. I'm not too sure what this 62p is doing. Is this like a garage speed run? Any percent? E100 pushing up. I'm a little bit worried about that. I won't lie. Yeah, he really does want me or one of the others. Mouse pushing there, which is actually going to be a little bit of a problem. Especially now that we don't have heat. You know, that is... These super heavy tanks are the ones that require heat, and it's very awkward when you don't have it. One into the rear to maybe see if we can get a fire, although our team is here to kind of help us out, but it's not looking so great. A lot of them went to the beach because... yeah, I don't know. You know, it's, yeah, people still go beach apparently. At least we have the FE and the Gorilla that can just start to farm people. Making sure we don't go back too far because then we'll get shot by them. We're absolutely fine here. What we can do is just poke around this corner as well, just to see. Okay, thank you. I mean, could you... Why? Okay. I guess I wasn't allowed to play that. Sorry. Yep. And just wait for this. See if he makes a dumb peek again. Maybe the FV can kill him, or the Gorilla could shoot him in a second. This guy really, I don't know what he wants. Like, okay, well, let's see if we can deal with anybody else over here. I know the E100 is still around here somewhere. We're going to put our gun up to see if we can spot a little bit earlier. For those of you that don't know, as long as your gun, like this bit here where the gun meets the hull, is an actual viewport. So if that's above something, you can usually see. That was either a go show or it went just over his hull. can opener is going to be frustrating to deal with. Right, he's going down. Can we put one into this 60 TP? I can't remember if we could... if we can overmatch him or not. See, when he does that, and he points his gun out like there, he can actually spot me. No, I don't think I can overmatch him. I just need to be a bit careful about anything that's coming from behind at the same time. We can put one into him, though, as he's turning. Make sure we punish that. Honestly, like, 90% of border tanks is just being patient sometimes. Like, just because you're in a fast tank does not mean you need to rush everywhere. Like, this guy is overpeaking. This guy is... What are you doing? I don't have the gun depression. There we go. Now I do. Finish him off. We're going to take one from the mouse, unfortunately. Yep. Not too much I can do about him. 60 TP doesn't want to peek, though. And what's the 60 TP on? 500. So I could potentially one-shot him. Yeah, this is a problem. I mean, I'll kill him next time if he peeks. But I need someone to help me out. Because I can't go back, I can't go forwards. I'm kind of a bit stuck here now. Mouse did get spotted, so I don't know whether or not the FV has a shot on him in a second. Very nice that we kill him. Now we can try and focus on the 60 TP. And also be aware that the can opener is up there. We're going to have to be quite fast for this one if he is peeking. No. I'm also a little bit worried about the hurry free, however, maybe the Blitzker spots him before. Yeah, this is that's annoying. Okay. I'm actually going to go down from here then. Go down into this bit. That's away from the 60 TP. We're then in a much nicer position to deal with the can opener as well, because we're away from him. We can try and deal with the K91. Like, we don't have to worry about the 60 TP. Maybe even spot the Hori if he peeks. Although we don't have the gun depression to deal with the Hori. We are in a much safer location. It's just, there's not a lot to do at the moment. The S-Conks are pushing. Unlucky. 60 TP is coming. We'll reverse side scrape here. Lovely. Making sure that we don't show him any angles that he can pen. He could overmatch our engine deck, but... I'm just going to poke up here to see if we can spot the Hori free for the TDs. There we go. I mean, that's got you have health. You can take one and just kill him. Lovely. No, I don't think the K91 has rushed all the way over that way, because he would have probably been spotted by now, or at least tried to shoot me. So I think that he's gone back to base. He might be around here somewhere. So what we're going to try and do now is just get an angle on this can opener, although he is jumping on top of our 268 friend, so... we're also going to play it safe and go down and around. Because if the K91 is up the top, we don't want to take a shot from him. Very nice. Okay, and we made the right play to not go up there, because we would have taken a shot from him, and maybe even a second shot from him before we even get to shoot the can opener. Okay. Not badly played. I think we played that okay. We have 4.4, 3 kills, nearly 4.5. Top 1 damage, very good. Now, as always, before we move into our last game, we set up the field mods, and these are the field mods that I would choose for the 277. And for our final game, we're on Pearl River with the good old tryhard loadout. So we've changed the bond equipment, we've got a rammer directive, we've got mostly gold ammo. There's the type of setup that you would go for if you're going to free mark the tank or something like that. I don't actually know what the requirements are for free mark, but I don't think they're that high. It's been a while since I free marked it, and it's been a while since I've really played the 277, to be honest with you. But for this type of setup, this is what you really want to have. Kind of no limitations on the vehicle, maxed out so you can get the most out of the tank. And that's kind of what the whole idea of these videos are, is to show, like, you know, the average loadout, the highest potential loadout that you could get in the form of this. We don't have gun depression, so we can't actually play here. That's really, really annoying. And then also, you know, if you're a peasant, which you should still be able to use some gold ammo. I mean, I don't think anybody should be really using no gold ammo, because it's just a bit dumb, considering it's for credits. Alright, can I do this? Not quite. He fired, that's good. Maybe I can put one into him. Oh, okay. We're going to take one from him now. No, we're not. See, this is where the 277 really does struggle. When it's on a ridgeline, the gun is misbehaving, and you don't have the gun depression. Like, that is where this thing does not enjoy its time playing it. Or you don't enjoy playing this tank. And it just goes to show, it doesn't matter what equipment you use, the gun will misbehave. The gun will 100% misbehave just randomly. Doesn't matter what you do. It is a very derpy gun a lot of the time. Okay, so let's now try and deal with these as we get rid of the artillery stun. Okay, right, I don't want to block the M4, but he's going to have to just go for it. There we go. I hit the IS-7's gun. The mouse was the easier target, but... There we go. Put one into him. We have lost the base, though. So we actually need to try and concede? Keep our hit points is what I'm trying to say. Eventually we got there. Go for damage. Because the IS-7's gun is inside my tank, it blocked the shot. Oh god, this game is so dumb sometimes. Alright, our team should be able to deal with that, because the Batcher is on his way. Batcher and the FV are on their way. Where are they at? I mean, they stopped capping. So I'm a little bit worried. Although the FV, I don't think the FV is smart enough to go up this way. We'll see. We'll see if the FV is smart enough to go up this way. None of them seem to be smart enough to go up this way. I mean, maybe one of them will. They can climb up. I can HE pen the Batcher. Right, we're just going to kill him, get him out of the way. They're going to cap out, even though that, you know. Is this gun problem still a thing? Like, where this is, like, not correct? Because I've just been robbed of 2 shots now. I think the gun problem where it doesn't show where the gun actually is. It's not in the correct position. And then it's like the hitbox is completely messed up. So I don't think that you can just shoot through guns anymore. Or under guns or over guns. It's like... It's really dumb. I mean, either way, 4,000, our team sucked again, but there's nothing I can do about that. Like, we played our part. I can't decap, because as soon as I go out to try and spot the cap, I die instantly. Yeah, there's literally nothing I can do in that game to change that from a loss to a win. All that you can do in these situations is just farm up as much damage, and that's it. But yeah, either way, like, the 277 is a fabulous tank. It really is. It's a solid vehicle. The only thing that is a massive drawback is obviously the gun depression. The gun depression will cause you a lot of headaches when playing this vehicle. But this is the whole reason why I tell people, if you're going to go down a line, first of all, probably the 277 or maybe the E100. The IS7 is a little bit... The gun doesn't have enough pen to make it like a good complete package, and it's also just a little bit slower, even though that is actually a faster top speed. Because of the terrain resistances on the IS7 compared to this tank, this has much nicer terrain resistances overall, so you don't need to bother with like a turbo or trying to make the terrain resistance better. You can just go with the standard setup and it's good. But whether or not you're using the full Bond loadout or whether you're using the Peasant loadout, as I showed today, it's a good tank. You have good enough standard pen with 265 millimeters of AP pen, and then you have 340 heat when you need it as well. So thank you very much for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed, and let me know down below in the comments what you think of the 277. See you later.